All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Rafael, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to make a simple gain slider plugin with the JUCE framework. Now, if you're going to follow this tutorial, I'm assuming you already have JUCE installed in your computer and all that jazz. But if you don't, I suggest you go watch a video on that. There's a couple of good ones, or if you want me to make one, because it's a little different on Windows, then let me know. But for now, let's get started. So open up the producer and let's open up a new project. Obviously, let's close this one. And now you're gonna get this screen, right? Let's go to plugin, choose basic, and we're gonna name it. Here's where you choose your name. Name it simple gain slider. Choose your IDE of preference. I'm gonna create the project. Let's just put it in the projects folder. Have one. Just you can put it wherever you want. Let's open it up in the IDE. I want to explain this in here. Explain these files we have. Takes a second to load. Okay. Looks like it's good. So you go over here. It doesn't automatically open it for some reason. You look for your project, simple gain slider. Here it is, source code. Here you have it. Now I'll open up all of them from the get-go. Okay, so in here you have two types of files, right? You have .h and .cpp. The .h is going to be where you're going to put your. Let me show you. You're going to put your instantiate all your variables and prototypes for your functions. And the CPP is where you're actually gonna put in values and make calculations and do the actual coding. So, oh, what did I do? Whatever. Okay. So, and also you have two types, right? You have your plugin editor and your plugin processor. So what your editor does, actually, let me put this over here. What your editor does, organize my files real quick so I don't get messed up. Okay. The editor is basically, you can think of it as your front end, right? It's going to be your aesthetics, how you're going to change your values, like the things you can do, you can modify and act upon, right? And your plugin processor is going to be all the math and all the meat of your DAP, right? Digital audio processing. So yeah, this is where you're going to put your algorithms and your formulas and all that, as you'll see in a minute. So let's get started with it, right? So the first thing we need to do is go right here in the plugin processor.h, because we're going to make a variable, make a global public variable. Is going to be a double. It's going to be called raw volume. Then this is in the .h, right? Because it's a variable, like I said. Then we're going to go to the plugin processor.cpp. There's a lot of things going on, but I just want you to focus right now on the process block. Here it is. So this is where you're going to do most of your stuff for this tutorial project. We're going to go into here, this for loop, which actually loops over whatever channels you have, like your speakers or etc. And we're going to make a nested for. That's what it's going to do is it's going to go through all it's going to go through the input stream, right? Because remember from if you're in my 490 class, from the first presentation that we talked a little bit about sample rate. So it's going to go through all the samples from that input signal, from that wave, and it's going to multiply them by the volume, right? Because that's how you get the volume, right? Our volume variable. you multiply the sample by whatever value we have on the volume. So, okay, movie magic. Yep, sample. Hate it when I do this. And then, like I said, multiply by the raw volume. Sorry if I'm not talking over this. I just get confused when I try to explain and type at the same time. So yeah, it's gonna loop over our stream inputs and multiply by the raw volume variable we made. So that's it for the math. Now, let's go ahead and go to the editor, the front end stuff, like I said. Let's resize it to, oh, it's .h, to a CVP, sorry, because we're not making a variable right now, we're changing values. So let's set it to 200 by 400. Over here, take a look at this. Then we go down here to the paint, which just has like the default get hello world stuff. We'll delete it because we don't want that to appear. And then we need to actually make the slider, right? So now we go to the .h, where we have our variables and objects. Gonna make a private variable. It's gonna be a slider. We're gonna call it gain slider, obviously, right? And then we have to actually put it inside, right? Make it visible. Add and make visible. Oh. The object inside. Gain slider. Cool. So now it's visible. Now it exists. And if I launched it, it would show me the slider, right? Right? Except it wouldn't, because it doesn't have anything yet, right? We need to actually add some properties to it. So right here in the editor.cpp, we need to add some properties, right? So let's go and add some style. Where is it? Slider style. There we go. Oh. Yep. Okay, slider dot, what else? Text box style. Text. What was it below? True. Zero. Oh. Yeah. Slider, you're going to set the range of values, which is going to be minus 48.000, which is the standard in any range of values for a gain slider, any DAW. Set value to -1. And now we're going to add a listener, which I'm going to explain in a second. I just realized I was adding this in the paint. And this should not be in the paint. This should be over here. My bad. Just do what I did. Copy and paste it. There we go. This is in red still because we haven't added the listener, inherited from the listener class yet, which we'll do in a second. First, let's do, actually need to draw the slider, right? So here on the resize, we're gonna do gain slider dot set bounds, get local bounds. Jesus. Okay. Now it's time to actually connect and the things and make the slider actually do something. Because right now it's gonna work. Like you're gonna see the slider, and you're gonna be able to move it, but it's not actually gonna do anything to the volume. So this is why we needed the listener. The listener part, right? So now we're gonna have to go ahead. We're gonna go to the plugin editor.page here, and we're gonna make it inherit. Oh, let's forget this part. This is kind of new. Inherit from the listener class. Oops. And now it should be connected. Now, yeah, now it should actually do something to the volume when we move it. Now, this part is important. Now we need to give it the feel that a slider would have, because right now how it is, because of the way we humans hear stuff, which is logarithmically, when we make changes to the volume, they'll be like barely noticeable the more extreme they get, right? So we need to do like some trickery, some math trickery in order to adjust for that. So we're gonna go into the plugin editor.cbp. And we are gonna actually make a function. Slider value changed. Slider point to the slider. If slider if this is true, then raw volume. Oh, I didn't explain what the processor was. The processor is an object JUCE gives you already to, it's built in so that you can actually do some audio processing. It's already generated. Won't go too deep into that. It could be a whole separate video. Get value. And now this is the actual formula, right? The thing I'm writing over here. And this is because for the decibel formula, when you solve for X, this is what you end up getting. So this is the trickery I was talking about. Oh, sorry, I forgot I named it something different. It's just my bad. Just looking at my notes and slider value changed. Okay, what am I doing now? Ah, yeah, I forgot to make the prototype, right? Yeah. It's always something with programming, right? Override. I forgot the juice again. I got the juice. Okay. Now it should. Raw volume. Why is it not getting my raw volume? Oh, it's, yeah, I forgot they changed it. It's audio processor. Of course. Yeah. Yep, now it should go. Okay, I think now we're ready to build it. Yeah. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. It takes a second always. How y'all doing? You good? I'm good. Hot though. All right, nice, succeeded. Okay, now time to test it, right? Here's a cool way to test it. Open up your favorite DAW. Mine's Ableton. We're gonna stick whatever loop. And now we go here. Oh, never mind. We're not gonna have it because we haven't moved it. Yeah, and okay, in Windows, here's what you do. After you build it, you go over here. You remember to try to remember where you saved your project. For me, it's this path. It's gonna be simple gain slider, right? Then you go to builds like this. And then you go into the 64-bit debug, VST3, and you search for the VST3 file, right? You're gonna get it, you're gonna copy it. And then we're gonna go to the folder where your DAW reads your VST or plugins, whatever you have it set to. So over here, it should be, it's usually over here, program files. What was it? Common, right? Common files, VST3, here you go. Paste it over here. See, with the rest of the VST3s. And this is like the best part, it's really cool. You go into the plugins. It's gonna be under your company by default. You can change this later in the producer over here on your own time. See, where is it? Yeah, see, your company. But anyway, you open it up, you get, and it's not there. Oh, I need to refresh it. Yeah, because I just added it. Not on point today. Let's go. I just changed this anyway. Oh, this is the input. Change it to ASIO. Okay. Here we go to the plugins. If you're like me, and you opened the DAW before you actually moved the file, which you probably did if you're following this, just go over here on the plugins you do the rescan in your preferences tab. Just go back to the plugins, and there it should be. You know, simple gain slider. Drag and drop. Let's play the loop. Hopefully you guys can hear that. And now, yeah. See how it has that smooth slider? If you ever use the slider. All right, hope you guys liked it. Gonna write this off. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff below. It's my first video. I might make more since I'm learning the framework myself, relearning the framework. Yeah, hope you guys liked it, learned something from it. Feel free to ask me any questions, or just if you just want to chat. And yeah, gotta go, so I'm gonna probably make a beat to this or something. See ya.